So if an instructor wants to redesign one writing assignment using ARCS, what's a great before and after example of how you transform it to improve motivation and overall outcomes of that assignment
Mm,
for the students?
that's a great question. I'll start with my own classroom. When I was a writing teacher for middle school, we always had them do "Tell me what you did over the summer" essay when they'd first get back, from summer, and it would turn out, some of the assignments weren't that great. So I changed it into an assessment where they were still writing the essay, but for me, I was using it to evaluate their level, their writing levels. And so what made it more of an investment for students is I would tell them what I did over the summer. I would start off with the story, or I would tell them a funny story about when I was in middle school. And now they're listening, and now they're interested, and they're learning something about me. And then I would ask them to write their essay, and I'd go through the brainstorm and, the topic and everything. And those essays were so much better. And so I was using it as an artifact to look at and assess their level of writing. And so that informed my next writing assignment. I could tell who was going to struggle and how to scaffold it out and everything. So that's an example of how to just go from write this essay to making it more of an arc, using the arc model, get their attention, make it relevant. I would tell them this is going to help inform all the other essays that you're going to be doing this year. And I would give them confidence. I would show them I would model a brainstorm. I would take my story that I just shared with them and show them how to make it into an outline. And then at the very end, we'd all get so excited. Some of them would choose to read their essays in class. So that's one example. For the college example, um, like I said, I would just have them do a presentation for my presentation course. But then by bringing in a guest speaker, that brought in that relevance. Now they understood that even though they were graphic design students, they were still going to have to present their designs to the client. And that scared them to death. They thought they could just hide behind a computer. No, my guest speaker was a creative director of a local agency, and he said, absolutely not. I asked my employees to get out there and present their designs to the client. So now I had their undivided attention, and they were completely invested in this assignment, and they cared about it. And I could tell the quality just went sky high. And on the day they made their presentation, they were dressed up compared to the very first presentation where they were in shorts or t-shirts. One kid even wore a baseball cap backwards. The second presentation after the guest speaker, he was dressed appropriately. And that made all the difference by getting their attention and showing them the relevance of these assignments. And they had confidence they can do it. And at the very end, it was so nice to see them do all the presentations. They were very satisfied with their work. So,
Wow, I love that. That before and after. That's great. Thanks, Ruth. I appreciate that.
sure.